We are recording. How is everyone doing tonight? It is TVB9, and joining me in the in the 2025 May skizzo rambling is the one and only Daily Reacts.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah, this is the first time I've had a guest. Technically, I had Danny as a surprise guest on my New Year's Day skizzo rambling I did back in January because he called me literally as soon as I started recording that one. And I was like, "Oh, hey, look, everyone's surprise guest. Danny's in the video."
Yeah, I remembered that video. It was like out of the fucking blue.
Exactly.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah. By the way, Daly's at work right now. He's at his dishwashing position at the. Is it the pizza place or the burrito place?
Pizza place, because at the burrito place I make burritos. So, if you live in Florida, go to Three Peppers.
Oh yeah, I just got home from my second job that I've been juggling with the zoo, my front desk job at the gym, which I've been doing that since December at this point, and like I get off work those nights usually at like 10, but I'll be back there tomorrow on Friday from 5 to 9.
Well, lately when I work here, I normally get out of here at like 1 and 2 when it's busy. But it wasn't really that busy today, so, like, I have a few dishes left, and then I got these pans and all this other junk. But why is my water draining? Oh, come on! I just fucking filled this thing up, and the gloves decided to pop out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, that's bullshit.
Cursed.
I'm gonna get burns again. Ah.
Yeah. And by the way, it is currently 11:06 on Thursday, May 1st. And my subscribers are probably not gonna. I'm gonna upload it right after we're done making this. They're probably not gonna see it until May 2nd. And like I told myself at the start of this year, because like last year I was really determined to make as many as skizzo ramblings on the first day of each month, right?
Yeah.
But this year for 2025, just because of like me working at the zoo 40 hours a week now and like having the second job at the gym and like, you know, the inconsistent scheduling, it's like,
oh yeah, obviously.
I'm gonna try to make these skizzo ramblings as close to the first day of each month as humanly possible.
So like on my birthday month, you're gonna make a skippo, fuck, I can't talk today. Skippo rambling.
Yeah, like, we'll see. June 1st is on a Sunday this year, so probably not
I'm gonna
that
try to
day.
hold in my language though, because you never know if my parents and family would be watching, because I probably would be sharing this everywhere. So
Yeah.
I gotta hold in my language.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's officially May 1st. You know what legendary cartoon has its anniversary today, Daily?
What?
SpongeBob turns 26 years old today.
Can we end SpongeBob, please? I'm sorry, I love the sponge, but come on, he's lasted way too long.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking like the old school, like SpongeBob, the very first episode was released on this day 26 years ago.
Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, if you're gonna say the new SpongeBob, get me out of here, please. End my life.
No, yeah, I agree. The show has definitely, you know, passed its golden age. It's like February.
It's like freaking Ninjago. Lego Ninjago used to be a lot of fun, and now it's getting more seasons, and they redesigned the characters to look like the movie, which was awful.
Wait, really?
Redesigns.
Wait, I didn't know that Ninjago is still going on. Like, I saw the movie that came out.
It got like sequel series, and they redesigned it after season 6 or 7. They redesigned the. I don't know. I stopped watching after 6.
Okay, well,
I watched a little bit of 7, and then I stopped because it was like to the point I could not watch anymore. The twists and turns they put into that show is just like to the point where like they don't give a crap anymore.
Okay, the Ninjago series when I was in middle school, so like I think it was 2010 through 13. I watched that and like regular show.
I liked season 5. Season 5 was my favorite season.
Okay, yeah,
like,
well,
all the ghosts and everything, and that little spooky, like, oh my god.
Okay, well, the first few seasons of Ninjago are goated, as well as, you know, the early 2010s, Daily was like a golden era of Cartoon Network. We had that, we had Star Wars: The Clone Wars, we had Adventure Time, Gumball, regular show. We had the 2011 Thundercats reboot. Your Uncle Larry voiced Lion-O's father in that series, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
I rewatched that
when
show.
You told me that, and I immediately texted you while I was still at the convention.
Yeah, but for those of you who don't know, Daily React's uncle is the legendary Larry King, who voices Lion-O in the original Thundercats series.
And he was also the Cocoa Puff bird.
Yeah. Yeah, on 2011 Thundercats is so underrated. Like, that show is treated like that show ended way too soon. They canceled it after one season because
Danny Phantom.
Yep. I'm actually I don't really have any plans on Saturday, and it's gonna rain like hell that day here in Ohio, so I might go on either pre-record a few Turtle Tuesdays episodes, or just go on a Danny Phantom marathon if I'm gonna be stuck inside because of the rain.
Yeah. Alright, dude, I'm gonna tell you this with TMNT. You're gonna fucking cry on the season 3 finale.
Oh no.
And in the middle of before the season 4 finale. Because you're gonna be pissed just like me. And you're going to be devastated. Especially the season 4 near the finale.
Oh, jeez. I'm looking forward to that.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So what is your thoughts? Do you think Jason Biggs was better as Leonardo or Seth Green? I say Seth Green. I thought he was better for the role.
Seth Green, I don't know, his voice, I know it's lower pitched than Jason Biggs. His voice just sounds more mature, so it feels like Leo is growing up as the show progresses.
Yeah. Especially with his leg hurting. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You're definitely going to like this one episode where they go in the woods to learn to fight their own demons. That's all I can say. Because that is actually my third favorite episode of the show. My number one is in season 4. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's called Trans-Dimensional Turtles. That's all I can say.
Ooh, sounds interesting. Yeah, I'm
and you know what I mean, when you see the title, when you see what happens, you're going to be like, oh my god. This might be my favorite episode.
Oh, jeez.
I remember every line from that episode.
Really? Have you watched it that many times so you memorize the whole thing?
It was so good.
Good to know.
It reminds me of the movie that came out before its predecessor. Before this.
Oh, the 2007 Ninja Turtles movie?
No. A movie set after the 2003 TMNT.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
But I also want to let you know that Rob Paulson voices 87 Raphael, is voicing Donatello in that show.
Oh yeah, I think you told me about that before.
So you're going to like episode 4, that episode specifically, because you're going to laugh at the joke he's going to say.
Alright, so Daily, here's a part of the video, since it's May 1st, we are officially a third of the way done with 2025. It's
That's so...
Yeah,
crazy.
We just
started 2025, didn't you?
Yeah, 1/3 of the year down, 2 more to go. So during this time every year, end of April, start of May, I do I've done in the past. I've made ranking videos of all the films I've seen of the year so far, from worst to best. And and in the past, in previous years, I made summer films from worst to best those respective years at the end of August or start of September. So this year,
I just put the posters in too.
Sorry? Oh yeah, I've done that. This time though, instead of doing a cohesive ranking, I know you just told me that you haven't seen as many films that were released this year.
I've seen some. I'm trying to go back to theaters more often like I used to when I worked at Marquise, but it's been hard.
Yeah, with work and stuff.
Especially since I stopped going to Marquise after the way they treated me when I went to go back there to see movies. So, you know.
Yeah, well, it's so of all the films that you've seen this year as of now, all the films that have been released since January, what is your pick for the best and what is your pick for the worst?
Alright, so I have 2 best.
Sure.
And they're both from the superhero genre, along with the worst one. I'm going to start off with the basic Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Now, if you didn't know, I actually watched the show and reviewed it on my channel, and then after I watched the movie. But there were two versions of this movie. I watched the uncut version, and oh my god, the amount of writing, the story, the characters, and you actually feel freaking terrifying. I don't know how to really say it without spoiling it for you, because I know for a fact you want to check out the show and the movie at the same time. So, I'm not going to say much, but, oh my god, one of the best Batman movies. I think this was my favorite Batman movie, because, and by the way, rest in peace to Kevin Conroy for actually doing the really good old Bruce Wayne.
This is Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay, but what year was that movie released? I know it was not...
I believe it released... No, it released... Okay, so the cut version released in 1999. The uncut version released in 2001 or 2002.
Okay, so what's your favorite movie that was released this year so far, then?
Henry Danger the movie.
Sorry. You talked me into reviewing it on Paramount Plus, and it was really good. Yeah, I had a really good time watching that.
As someone who watched the show, I was skeptical to watch it though because I did not like Danger Force. That show was horrendous, especially how they treated Henry in that show. Oh my god, it really aggravated me. But when I came into this movie, I was super excited because I used my aunt's Paramount Plus account to watch it, but I had permission to, watch it on that. And, oh my god, just like with Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, such a well-done film, and the writing, and Jace Norman, he still kills it as Henry Hart. You see, that's how you do decent writing to a character that left swell you. You don't make him Olympicus. Sorry, I got stressed out by that.
That's okay. Yeah, so my pick for the best movie of... Actually, before we get to that, what's your pick for the worst movie of the year so far? Out of all the handful of films you have seen that were released since January.
Captain America: Brave New World. I'm sorry.
Understandable.
I did not want to hate on it. I did not want to hate on it. Every time I think about the movie, I forget it.
Yeah, I get that.
That's bad. The only reason why I saw it specifically was because of Harrison Ford.
Yeah, as Red Hulk.
I didn't care. I mean, I also liked Anthony Mack's Captain America story. I thought his character was well done. But so many of the reshoots you can tell, sorry, I'm gonna curse again. But the fucking Red Hulk Captain America fight was fucking 5 minutes? Really? That was like the one thing that really aggravated me. You promoted it in the trailers, you promoted it in the posters and the toys, but we get 5 minutes of Red Hulk.
Yeah. It's bad advertising for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, Captain America Brave New World is the worst one by far. Now, I didn't hate Until Dawn like everyone else did, but I loved it, I enjoyed it. So, but it's not my favorite as much as I love the game.
Yeah, I mean, so my pick for the worst movie of the year so far, I gotta hold on, I got my laptop open right now, obviously, I got my YouTube page up. Let's take a look, my 2025 videos. Let's see here. If this were, a ranking sort of video,
yeah,
I'd probably say my pick for the worst movie of the year as of now is Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. Again, I didn't hate this movie. It's not terrible. It's just completely forgettable. I already forget, almost everything that happened in it. Just like its predecessor, Den of Thieves, which came out back in 2018. This is a sequel.
I saw that review, and I was like, I'm not seeing it because I've never seen the first one.
Yeah.
Plus, it probably would have been my cup of tea.
Yeah, both films are just so forgettable. It's a sequel that has no reason to exist.
Yeah.
And another film, so like you said, you mentioned a film that was was not released in 2025. That was really great that you've watched recently. I have to give an honorable mention. I have to say I had a great time with Looney Tunes the day the world blew up, which I talked about that in my last Skizzo rambling. It's a new Looney Tunes movie.
Brendan Fraser?
No. That was Looney Tunes Back in Action. That was back in 2003. Oh. This film, The Day the Earth Blew Up, was released. It technically got its release in 2024. It got a limited release last summer. But it got its wide release this past March, right?
Oh yeah, that's correct, because they were trying to get rid of it. They tried to get rid of any Looney Tunes movie, because...
Yeah, but here's the thing. Out of popular demand, they're gonna make more, like, 2D animated Looney Tunes films.
Oh yeah, they got another one. Ketchup got the one that was canceled. You remember the one with, whatchamacallem?
Coyote and...
they had John Cena as the lawyer or something? That got picked up.
Yeah, the Coyote versus Acme apparently is happening next year. I'm still on board for it.
But they already, filmed it and everything, so I don't understand why they can't, really release it this year. I'm guessing because the animation cost a lot of money, so...
Yeah, I mean, I've been a huge Looney Tunes fan ever since, I was a kid.
I started being a Looney Tunes fan after Space Jam, the original.
Oh, yeah. But, my uncle in Denver, when my mom would take my sister and I out there to visit my grandparents and my uncle, we would watch Looney Tunes together all the time, and he's really good at impressions, and I'm really good at impressions, too. I think I get that from him.
Yeah. Well, that's why I do voiceovers now, is because of my Uncle Larry.
Yeah. That's and Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, they just bounce off each other so great, and, Porky gets a girlfriend in this movie.
Believe it or not, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig's voiced by, what's his name?
Eric Ozua, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but he also voiced Tiger Claw.
No, what? No way.
Yeah, look it up. He's Tiger Claw.
From the 2012 Ninja Turtles show. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta say...
Then he voiced Leonardo in Batman vs. TMNT, that animated movie.
Wow, I just want to say, Mel Blanc will be proud. The original voice actor he voiced all Looney Tunes characters back in the old school days.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I will say, the farther you get into the show, the more it's gonna feel like a show.
Okay.
But season 5, in my opinion, is the weakest season.
Oh, for Ninja Turtles?
Yeah. I felt like that season didn't really need to happen. I like the episodes they have on it, but it just, didn't need to exist. Kind of like with Back to the Sewers. And Fast Forward, as much as I love Fast Forward, that really didn't need to exist either. And I love Fast Forward. And I know I've probably got a lot of hate for liking Fast Forward, by the way.
Well, good to hear. Well, anyways, this part of the video, I gotta talk about my favorite movie of the year so far, that was released this year. Sinners. Holy cow, my roommate and I saw this movie with his friends back on Sunday, right after I got off the zoo.
Oh yeah, you reviewed it with Until Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty vague in that video because, that film just blew my socks off. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Coogler also directed Black Panther. Him and Michael B. Jordan have worked together quite a bit.
I'm gonna get hate for this, but I wasn't a big fan of Black Panther in the original movie.
Okay, well, I think you're really gonna like Sinners because it's such a crazy film. It's it took vampires as film creatures, right? Have gone through quite a few iterations of yours. The old school vampires, the Dracula days, vampires in the old days were seen as they have certain weaknesses, they're weak to garlic, they can't use mirrors, they can't enter people's homes unless they're invited. Then Twilight and Vampire Diaries and the more modern vampire movies and TV shows did away with all that. It's no, vampires don't have those weaknesses anymore, right? this movie brought back all those things. Like, the vampires and sinners, they are weak to garlic, and they can't enter people's homes unless invited, right?
Correct.
And get this, there's one scene in particular where, like, all the vampires taunt the main guys, right? You know, trying to taunt them to fight. And one of the characters, like, caves and just, like, tempts them, like, oh, come at us, which, in a sense, invites them into the house. And that's a whole bloodbath ensues. It is... Oh my gosh, the action scenes are glorious. Like, everything about the film is just... The spectacle is just amazing. Like, the cinematography, the soundtrack, the acting, the writing... It's like almost every... Like, if you're... Obviously, it's not for the faint of heart a few scenes, for sure. Like, there's a lot of really disturbing imagery. And, you know, it's set in the film is set in 1932, where, like, Michael B. Jordan and his... he plays two characters in the same movie. He plays the main character and his twin brother, right? And they're World War I veterans.
That happened before with someone playing a twin.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Spiderwick?
Right.
That kid, well, he's not a kid anymore. He was in the Good Doctor show. Played the doctor that has autism.
Yeah.
Which really intrigued me, and I want to check it out when I get a chance. Cause
yeah, I've heard good things about that show.
Yeah. But he played two twin brothers, if you think about it.
Right.
And I thought that was really cool that they could do that. And they need to do that, like, more often with movies. Like...
Yeah, and apparently Sinners, they are setting up to be a franchise. There's... from what I've been told, my manager at the gym was telling me about, there's going to be, like, 6 sequels. I'm like, okay. Alright, keep them coming.
Vampires.
Yeah, it's going to be, it probably going to receive a few Oscar nominations when that comes around. I know you haven't seen the film yet, but I would encourage you to do so. But, yeah, anyways, other things I wanted to go over for this video, like, with it being, you know, the quarter way into 2025 at this point, like, this is a reoccurring theme throughout these skizzo ramblings, is just, like, you know, thinking about, like, where you've been, right, nowadays, compared to where you are now, where you were, like, a year ago, compared to where you are now, that sort of thing.
So, yeah, I've been working, at another Three Peppers at downtown here in Florida. I'm not going to say what town, though. And as much as I hated it, they make some pretty good dang tips. That's how I was able to buy and not have to pay back my mom for my copy of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which we'll get into that later on in this segment of the video. So basically, I started working there for, I think, 3 months, to the point where I think they hired someone now, and I'm no longer working there. So it kind of helps me for the greater good, because every time I work there, I'm always tired or I'm either hallucinating. It was so bad to the point where I'm like, Mom, and I was like, Stephanie, I can't do this anymore. So anyway, I still, you know, I stopped working there after, I believe, the week that I sent Gambius the drawings. That, by the way, if you guys don't know who Gambius is, he's a content creator just like us, except he also does Let's Plays just like me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna watch your Great Circle Let's Play episode after this, and your Gambius reaction when I get the chance. Yeah, Troy Baker he did such a good job voicing Indiana Jones.
That's what Harrison Ford said.
Yeah, exactly. You were telling me about that. Like, for those of you who don't know, Troy Baker is a voice actor for Joel in The Last of Us. What other characters?
He was also Sam Drake in the Uncharted games, and he was also Batman and Joker.
Okay, I was wondering who else he's voiced. Like, you know, video game voice actors don't get the recognition they deserve.
Well, Ashley Johnson, she's in the 2012 show.
Really?
You won't know what character yet until you watch the episode that she's on. And I'm excited for you to be like, oh, that's Ashley Johnson.
Oh yeah, certain voice actors will have voices that are just so distinctive, like, hey, I've heard this voice before.
Yeah. That's one of the things, like, I I didn't realize that was Ashley Johnson. Like, I grew up with her as Gwen from Ben 10. But then I played The Last of Us for the first time 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. I'm going to get Chemical Birds again. And it's weird because I grew up with her as Gwen, and now she's playing a 13-year-old little girl. So, I want to discuss something, too, with the Skimble rambling. Can I discuss this, please?
Sure.
The Last of Us Season 2 is getting hated on because of Joel's death. What the heck is wrong with people?
I mean, that's what happened in the game.
Yeah, it happened in the game. They're not going to change it. Like, but they changed it up. If you don't mind me spoiling it for you.
Not at all.
So, they changed it up where Tommy didn't do it. It wasn't his fault. Remember when I yelled in the second episode when I said, Tommy, it's your fault.
Yep.
You're the reason why Joel is dead.
Yep.
It wasn't Tommy's fault this time. I think HBO saw my video. It's like, oh, it's not like Tommy effed up. So, what happened, Abby's, of course, played by Zoe from Dear Evan Hansen, and who is the voice of Nathan Drake's daughter from Uncharted 4.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, dang. And, by the way, I think she's doing a great job as Abby. So, I will not lie. Yeah, she's not muscular, but she doesn't have to do what the character looks like. I think Bella Ramsey also gets the hate because she doesn't look like Ellie. But it doesn't matter what the character looks like. What matters is that they can pull it off.
Yeah, honestly, you don't want, like, when you're adapting a game or a book or whatever else into a movie or a TV show, you don't want it to be a copy and paste, because people are going to watch that and be like, okay.
And they change it so well.
Yeah, why watch this when I can just stay home and, like, play the game or read the book or whatever else?
Yeah. So, in the episode, Dina and Joel went on patrol. Tommy stayed behind in the town. And, of course, Infected broke down the wall on Jackson, and Tommy, of course, gets a badass moment where he kills a blower.
Oh.
A flamethrower.
Oh, excellent.
You guys know, I love my flamethrowers, and I love to kill the blowers with it. Now, if I don't get a freaking flamethrower in the Part 2 series, I believe I do later on, I'm gonna flip. Because, oh my god, they're hard to kill.
Okay, you want to know something about flamethrowers? I got a funny flamethrower story for you, Daly.
Oh god.
This past January, right? When I saw Beartooth in concert, right?
Oh no!
No, their lead singer pulled out a flamethrower on stage and started, like, spraying it, like, in the air during one of their songs. Like, can you imagine something more epic than that?
Right.
Yeah, I know you're not, like, I know you're more of a rap person, like a rock and metal person, but Beartooth is a great metal band for people who don't really listen to metal, because they do get heavy and screamy, but they have other songs where they don't scream at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like,
yeah.
April this month was a really crazy, like, it was a really, like, this year, as of now, January, February, March, April, has arguably been the busiest year of my life, ever since I graduated from CSU, at least. But at the same time, it's also been my favorite.
Yeah.
Are you done yammering about The Last of Us, or is there anything else you want to say about that, or what?
I gotta tell the whole thing.
Sure.
Basically. Those of you guys who haven't watched the show, you might want to skip. I asked him for permission because I know for a fact he's not going to watch it yet. So. Yeah,
like, I'm going to put a warning at the start of this video. Hey, just heads up. Like, there's going to be random spoilers, like mild spoilers for Sinners and, you know, Last of Us TV show in this video.
Anyway, so Abby, of course, gets saved by Joel. Dina was asking the right questions, by the way. She's like, where the hell did you come from? I was like, and by the way, I like Dina in the show. I don't like her in the game.
Yeah, it's funny. You hate Dina in the Let's Play, which I find really amusing for some reason.
Because, at least in the show, she makes a lot more sense than in the freaking game. Anyways, they go to the cabin, like they did in the game.
Yeah.
Right? They did something where Abby knew Joel because of the scar that he had. Because AJ Pascal has a scar, I think from something that happened when he was a kid. I don't know. I haven't really looked at a closer look on it. Kind of like with Harrison Ford, how he got the scar for Indiana Jones. They explain it. They explained it in the dialogue of season 1. I don't really remember, but she realized who Joel is. And she's like, my name is Abby, that's Dina, and then that's Joel. And they all look at him. And this time, it wasn't Tommy saying, I'm Tommy, this is my brother Joel. Because he's the reason why Joel died in the game.
Right.
Which aggravated me more than I think about it. And, of course, they pointed the gun at Dina where Joel's like, look, you guys can rob us, just don't. And then, like we're going to put Dina into sleep, and then we're going to kill you, slowly. That's when Abby reveals to Joel that the doctor that was going to kill Ellie was her dad. Which was a different thing, because she did the speech, which I liked. That change as well. Then, she was about to talk when she gets the golf club, and he's like, just get it fucking over with already. And she's like, in the game, as well, you stupid old man, you don't get to rush this. And of course, she hits him in the leg she shot at. And then you get back to Ellie, who comes in. And Bella Ramsey, her performance on the Joel death scene, flawless.
Just chef's kiss, mwah, masterpiece.
Yeah. She comes in, Joel's all covered in blood, just like in the game. She gets taken down to the ground. She yells, Joel, get up, please stop. And this was completely different. You know in the game how Abby killed him one more hit with the golf club?
Yep.
The golf club already broke, so she picks up the piece of the golf club, stabs Joel in the neck.
Oh, yikes. That's brutal.
And Ellie was screaming. And they didn't kick her in the ribs yet until when she said, you're all gonna die. And you should have seen me. I was crying. I was angry. Like, I cried more in this than I did in the game.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think the reason why is just because I was so mad at Tommy. Is why I was so angry at that episode. In the game. So,
right.
But I thought that was like a good change in the show. But people still hate on it. Like, they're like, why is this girl kill Joel? He should have died a respectful death. He knew it was gonna come. It was gonna stab him in the back. What did you guys expect him to live hunky-dory? The worst part about it, though, for Ellie, you remember how they made up at the end, like, in the flashback at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Well, they changed that up, too, where they do the party thing in the first episode, and Joel comes in to help after Dina and Ellie kissed.
Right.
And the drunk-ass dude,
Yeah, says a not-so-nice word.
Yeah, she didn't talk to him. She didn't make up with him at that time, so that was what made it worse for her to feel bad.
Alright, well, anything else you want to say about Last of Us, or,
I will say to you guys, just put your guys' selves in the character's shoes instead of just judging all the time.
Well, I mean,
that's all I gotta say.
It's good that you're watching the show for yourself and making your own thoughts and opinions on it, instead of just going off of...
I hate on the death of Joel. It's a shitty world. Like, what do you expect? It's like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's realistic. It's a brutal world they live in. It's, the wasteland. There's mutant monsters running around, and, people, it's anarchy. It's no rules. Like, what do you expect?
And
like, people
Joel
are getting...
knew it was coming, too. He knew it was going to come. But all he cared about is Ellie living. Was Joel right for what he did? In my opinion, yes. I understand why he did it, because he lost his daughter when it all started. Ellie was his second chance to be a father.
Right, yeah. Okay, are we done yelling about The Last of Us?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, well,
I do
here's...
want to say one more thing, though. Bella Ramsey, you deserve an Oscar from that episode for sure. That's all I
Or
can
an
say.
Emmy or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, that was an amazing performance.
Okay, well, here's... you saying that, like, Joel just wanting... not caring about anything except Ellie. It reminds me, like, so, one of my very first YouTube videos I made way back in 2013 was, like, I made a zombie apocalypse survival video that was very inspired off of a List 25 video that I watched. It was like 25 things you need to survive a zombie apocalypse. At the end of that video, it said, you're gonna need a heart of steel to survive a zombie apocalypse. Like...
And that's what Joel got. That's what he got, was Ellie.
Well, here's the thing. They said surviving a zombie apocalypse means you gotta go hardcore, which means you don't have time to, like, feel sorry for people when they become zombies. You can't, like, feel sad. You can't, like, you can't have any remorse or anything. Or this is like... Here's the thing, what's the point in surviving in all these years later, what's the point in surviving in a nuclear wasteland full of zombies and mutants when it's like, the world is never going back to normal? Like, what's the point? Like, why try to survive so long with the world? It's like, if The Walking Dead has taught me anything...
that was the thing I was saying in my post about the Joel's death. Like, they live in a crappy environment. Like, you expect them to be hunky-dory, trying to get answers? Like, Joel... Like I said, Joel knew it was coming. He knew he was gonna die, but all he cared about was Ellie.
Yeah, guess what? The reason why the show is called The Walking Dead is because they're all already dead, basically. Even Daryl Dixon. Yeah. Like, there is no going back to normal. There is no, like, way that things are gonna be the same again, in a world like that.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't learn about all of us being walkers until I played the Telltale game.
Right.
And... I love the Telltale games. Those were like one of my favorite games. Of course, it's not better than The Last of Us, but at least the story kept me intrigued.
But
the show, I like the show. I like its first season. I did watch Lori's death. I think she was being disrespected in the show. And she was being disrespected in real life because people didn't like her.
Oh, yeah, here's the thing. It's funny. I remember first watching the episode where she dies when I was 14. And I didn't even like Lori as a character. Like, I thought she was really annoying in the first 2 seasons, but I cried when she died.
Yeah.
Maybe I was crying more for Carl losing his mom than I was for crying for Lori herself.
I know, but, I felt like she was disrespected. Like, she needed an honorable death.
But yeah, it's like
just killing her to get the baby out. I just thought was pretty bullshit.
Yeah, and I've read the comics too for The Walking Dead. That's not how she dies in the comics either.
How does she die?
Okay, so she gives birth to Judith just fine in the comics, right? It's when the governor attacks the prison. That scene they kept in the show, like the governor and like Woodbridge attacking the prison and, like, driving everyone out of it, right? The governor kills... He kills Judith and Lori at the same time by just shooting them.
Damn.
Yep. And one of the governor's troops gets so pissed at him for making... actually, it's one of the soldiers for the governor that kills Lori and Judith, and she gets so pissed at the governor for making her kill a baby, right? That she just shoots him in the back of the head and then just kicks him into a group of walkers so she and the other troops can get away safely.
That's some BS.
Yeah, you think that the show...
Lori deserves more respect.
Yeah.
# Lori needs more respect.
You think the show is brutal? Wait until you read the comics.
Well, I felt like Lori, she made mistakes, yeah, but I want her to fix her mistakes with Rick. And yeah, she slept with Shane. And no offense, Shane is a bit of a whatchamacallit.
You know what? That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah. But she didn't know Rick was alive, so I understand where she's coming from. Everyone just hated on her, saying she's been banging him, even though her husband she should have known her husband's still alive. How? Like, how? Yeah, she banged Shane. She stopped it as soon as she found out her own husband's alive.
Right. Well... Well, it's with all that being said, it's like if the zombie apocalypse ever were gonna happen, you know what my plan is? Now, all these years later, like I would try to survive for as long as I can, but I know I'm gonna bite the dust at some point, whether it's by zombies or by other people or by whatever else. So I'm gonna collect as many weapons as I can, right, and just like bring as many zombies onto a rooftop, right, and bring a Bluetooth, and I'm gonna bring a Bluetooth speaker. And just blare power metal and Green Day and all my favorite songs with loads of Red Bull and confetti and just like blow myself up.
Yeah.
Just go kabang.
I'm just saying, some of these characters get disrespected. It's like ridiculous. Just like April from the 2012 show gets disrespected too.
Oh, poor thing. She's such a. I've said this before in my Turtle 2's episodes. She's like,
she can't catch a break.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love her relationship with Donnie. Like,
it
grows throughout the show. Her relationship with her and Donnie. Like, there is moments where she does, like, kind of flirt with Casey, but she mainly follows for Donnie. I like that difference because there's going to be an episode in season 4 which shows her emotions, her connection with Donnie, and her love for him.
So, with Casey and April in particular, just one spoiler, all I need is a yes or no. Is there ever going to be an on-screen kiss?
No.
Really? That's surprising.
But for Donnie and April, yes.
Well, I already saw that in the Bigfoot episode.
Well, that, and there was a music video that Mikey made on the final season.
Oh, okay, good enough.
Need to watch.
Okay. But anyways, with all that being said,
you're getting close to Bebop and Rocksteady being introduced.
Okay, I was expecting that.
Yeah, but did you know that one of the Dream Beavers was voiced by Freddy Krueger himself?
That makes so much sense.
Right? I love the Dream Beaver episode, mostly because that joke where the phone rings and the action stops and he's like, are you going to answer that? he's talking to April saying, I got superpowers. And wait, am I dreaming you? Not at all. But that gets me every time.
But anyways, all that being said, like, as we're, it's kind of like segueing into, like, nearing the end of the, like, we're not gonna end it just now, obviously, but, like, just wrapping things up, like, just thinking about, like I said, I said this on my Instagram story the other day, right, because I post on there every Monday.
Yeah.
April this year was hands down the busiest month of my year so far, but it was also my favorite.
Yeah. Well, it was also busy for me here, mostly. In a way.
Yeah, with work and everything.
Yeah. I will say my favorite memory by far from last year was going to my first Comic-Con convention. Enough said.
Was that within the last year, you said?
Yeah. That was when my Uncle Larry was there. I got to meet the 1987 voice impression of Donatello from Turtles Forever. And yeah.
Yeah, well, with everything that's been going on, it's like, it's just crazy, because I do think that, it's destiny that I'm here in Ohio, because, like, my second job at the gym, since, like, I'm the designated Thursday night closer. My manager was like, hey, Vitas, like, can you just, like, work here every Thursday? I'm just like, yeah, sure. And I worked 20 days straight between that place and my job at the zoo. Yeah, so that's my record for most days in a row that I've worked. But I still have had time for other things going on, just like in my personal life. Like, and, I have some pretty exciting news. Like, I have, like, I got her permission to say this, but I'm going to leave her anonymous and not show any photos of her. But I have a new girlfriend here in Ohio now. And, I'm seeing her again tomorrow, actually. I'm going to work again tomorrow at the gym from 5 to 9, but before that, I'm going to see her tomorrow. And We may or may not, like, I'm gonna bring my laptop with me. We're gonna look at concert tickets to see Linkin Park next week. They're coming to Sonic Temple. It's a huge music festival here in Columbus that happens every year. Assuming the tickets aren't sold out yet, which I'll admit I've been putting this off. I might take her to see that.
While he's talking, I'm talking to a girl as well, obviously.
Yeah, you wanted to share that.
Yeah. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not going to say anything about her personal life. But all I can say is, like, I feel like she is the one for me. And we've been talking all the time on Instagram. One thing I will say about her, the girl knows her cars.
Her bars, you said?
Like, the girl knows her cars.
Oh, cars. I see.
Yeah. We were cleaning out my soon-to-be brother-in-law's car because my mom got into a car wreck and the car was totaled. So my mom needed to borrow Corey's car. Corey's going to be my brother-in-law, by the way. The one that got it proposed to my sister at Disney. Which I did not record because I didn't know it was going to happen. Because no one in my family tells me anything. It's okay to laugh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyways, so we were cleaning out his car and we were just talking about personal stuff and kind of hit it off. And we were touching arms, we were messing around. So that's like kind of a good sign.
Yeah, it's like I met we've been giving each other pet names. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna call her Jelly. For her sake.
Well,
so
for one, I'm not gonna show her this video until we actually made it official, because she did say she would go out with me.
Okay, that's great to hear, man.
Yeah, and what's funny is that my mom tried to convince her to go out with me on Easter.
Yeah, I met,
but
so...
Kay, when I show you this video, don't be mad. Just saying. I had to say something because, like, if he talks about a girl, I gotta talk about you for once in my life. Please don't get mad at me.
But yeah, it's cool that you guys met organically, because I met my Jelly, that's one of my pet names for her, on Bumble, right? And dating apps, I feel like dating apps are capable of a lot of good and a lot of bad.
And it's not only just that, like, even online dating is so hard.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, from my experience, for the past, few years, online dating is actually easier than, because every time I've gotten because I've told you about this before, and I'll say it again, it's been almost 2 years since my internship at the Utica Zoo in upstate New York, right? And I did have feelings for someone, one of the other interns that I met at that zoo, right? One of the female interns at that place. But it wasn't until the end of that summer I found out she already had a boyfriend, and I was like, oh man. Yeah. So that's what happens.
It's like that with Kay as well. She had a boyfriend and he cheated on her.
Oh yikes!
But believe it or not, she sends me pictures. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we don't need to dive too deep into details.
It's nothing bad.
Right.
But
right.
I think you know what I mean, because I told you about her.
Yeah.
So.
It's every time I get a crush on someone I meet in person, right? It's either I find out later.
Happens to all of us,
yeah.
Dude.
Well, here's the thing. Every time I find myself catching feelings for someone I've met in person, they're either I find out sooner or later that they're already taken, or it's just completely obvious that they're not interested. I mean, it's difficult, especially for people on the spectrum like us, to meet others. Just even making friends has always been challenging for me, let alone getting with girls.
It's challenging for all of us, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Daly. You were born in Year of the Horse, 2002, right?
Yeah.
I was born Year of the Tiger in 1998, and there's one thing the past 5.5 years has taught me anything. If 2020 taught me anything, if being quarantined and inside, and I was in a relationship back then, when quarantine hit. And
when quarantine hit, I think that's when my YouTube channel started going to a part where I just uploaded.
Yeah, exactly. 2020, despite the pandemic and all the shit we dealt with that year, was my favorite year compared to all the years prior to it, because I realized back then that not having friends and not getting women, I realized a year later. Well, here's the thing. Let me make this point. A year after the pandemic. Yeah.
When I met Ty Fly, we went to school together.
That's cool. Yeah, but I realized in 2021, after things started reopening, I was like, you know what? I kind of missed the start of the pandemic when everything was just closed, because I realized that not having friends, not getting girls, and just being alone is better than being around toxic people. It's hard for all
of us to make friends or find someone, you know.
But being alone is better than being around toxic people and make you feel worse about yourself.
Oh yeah. I know that for sure.
Because
I was in a toxic friend group and then I left it.
Yeah, because I cut all my ties with a toxic female friend, after she graduated from CSU a year before I did. And that was during 2020 when it was just when we just got each other's nerves way too much. And I was like, okay, why do I keep wasting my time with this person?
Yeah, it happens.
I even wrote...
my ex was toxic, Olivia was toxic, Gayla was toxic. They were going back to me on and off. They would lie to me, and I just had it. And now my sister's siding with them, knowing that they hurt me way too much, but she still sides with them.
Right, well, back to what I said earlier, I was born near a tiger for a reason. Tigers are my favorite...
You're Tiger Claw! You're Tiger Claw!
Yeah, exactly. That's why Tiger Claw is my favorite villain on that show. So, tigers are my favorite animal. Also, I got some sad news from the zoo, right? Their elderly tiger, Mara, she passed away a few weeks ago.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, she was 18 years old, which is old as fuck for a tiger.
So, older than my dog, Addie.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's old even for, domestic animals. Yeah, it's and the one time I visited the Columbus Zoo when I was 14 with my parents, with my mom and my sister, that summer, we saw Mara back then when she was younger. She was a mother back then with 4 cubs, and it was the most adorable thing I'd ever seen. And she was an Amur tiger, which is from the Russian subspecies of tiger, and they're critically endangered, right? So she was a really great ambassador for her species. And when we got the news at our staff meeting, I was just I started tearing up, and my manager is just Vitas, are you okay? And I was just no! And then I picked the right place to work, because everyone's, it's zoo people zoo people from my experience are just the best people.
Yeah.
They love animals, they love the environment.
The same thing about Marquise, man. When I worked at Marquise.
Oh yeah, you've told me about that.
Yeah. Well, let me be honest. When Addie passed last year, I took a long hiatus, if you remember.
I remember that, yeah.
And it was because Addie really meant a lot to me.
Yeah, of course. She was your dog.
What?
Of course she did. She was your dog.
She was my baby.
Yeah.
And when she died, that's also the reason why I took a hiatus. Because I'm going to do that every April now, is just take a break, deal with Addie's death, and then come back. But the reason why I waited for Indiana Jones to come out was because I needed some time to also focus on productions and do all my other side stuff. Because working 2 jobs, making YouTube videos is not easy.
Of course not.
But after taking the break, I started reading Danny Phantom: A Glitch in Time again over and over again. I started rewatching other movies and shows. I actually am almost done rewatching the 2012 TMNT show. I got these last 3 4-parter episodes to watch, and then I'm done rewatching that. Because I've been rewatching it while I work here.
Oh, but get this. I read a Deadpool and Wolverine comic.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine World War III. Great comic. It's Logan and Deadpool just bitching at each other the whole comic, and them just having to save the world at the same time. It's hilarious. Yep, exactly. And expect more. I'm gonna review at least another graphic novel this year. At least
Danny
two.
Phantom. Danny Phantom.
Yeah, and but anyways, back to what I said about the Tigers. It's like, again, I've realized I've learned so much about myself because I was a very lonely kid growing up, and even though I had friends, like this is like
it's the exact same way with me.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I've talked about this before in my previous Skizzo ramblings. I'll say it again here. This is why I honestly don't like rewatching my old videos from high school that are still on my channel. Because, like, not because I regret making them, not because I do the videos themselves, but because it reminds me of how I was toxic back then. Like, I had friends back then. Friends I still talk to this day. Friends I still talk to this day and still keep in touch with on a regular basis, but I took them for granted.
Yeah.
I feel like
that sounded like something that happened with me and Tyler when we first met. We both hated each other.
Yeah, and there were a lot of times back then where I was just like, not good enough, not good myself. And then, when college happened, I was really, I was so hell-bent on making college better than high school that it honestly got me in some really sticky situations. And that was before 2020, and, then 2020 happened. It's like, oh, the pandemic hit. Well, I can't go outside anymore. And then eventually it's realized, hey, I feel like this is why I was born in 1998, because tigers don't travel in groups like lions do. They're solitary animals. Maybe I'm meant to be the same way, because I'm better off just being my own person and just going my own path and not worry. That's like, hey, I moved to Ohio, back in September, a state I had never lived in before. No family, no friends out here, but it's a clean slate. And honestly, the past 8 months, almost, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
It's the same here. When I broke my leg, that was when I started doing YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it was after I had surgery, and I got to sleep in my bed again after I got a hard cast. And yeah, I started my YouTube channel on December 22nd while I was still in a cast. And I can't look back at my old first video, which was me playing Hitman 2. No editing, no much dialogue as nowadays.
Right.
But that's when it all started, even before the pandemic, And it opened up my eyes, because I had other channels. One that got deleted because it was on my school account. The other one, I hope to God you don't find it. It's still freaking cringy. But when I started Daily Reacts Gaming, one, the account was given to me by a good friend I haven't talked to in years. And two, I became a gamer when I started Daily Reacts Gaming.
Oh yeah, you've told me about that before.
Yeah. So, at a time, that's when I started playing the games that I've never played. That's basically what my channel is. It's not just it's not going to be new releases 24/7. It's going to be games I've never played. That's why I'm playing Life is Strange. Other games that came out, I just never got a chance to play. I played Until Dawn, and I never played it until I finally played it. Uncharted. I never played any of them until I played it for my channel, and then I did a replay series of 4. And yes, sadly, I didn't play Batman Arkham Asylum until I got older. So technically, that's the reason why I still have my channel. I still do games that are old, because I never played them.
No, that makes total sense. It's I'm this Skizzo rambling that we're recording right now, I'm gonna put Minecraft gameplay over it, because I have so much Minecraft gameplay sitting around my laptop that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And Minecraft, again, the Minecraft movie was released this past April, and it's the day I saw the Minecraft movie with my now girlfriend, right, was the day we made it official. We saw that movie together, and it was our third date, and we were... Yeah, and it was just and I asked her after the movie, we were talking about things. It's even this is, I know it's only been a month since we've been going out, but it's can I start calling my girlfriend? And she was yeah, let's, how long have you been wanting to ask me that? And it's wow. It's ever since I moved here to Ohio, it's I got her, I have 2 really cool roommates, I have I mean, obviously, my job at the zoo is the best job I've ever had. I mean, yeah, it's seasonal. Yeah, it's technically part-time. Yeah, it's not going to last forever. Like, you know, it's not a full-time job just yet. That's the thing. One of my coworkers, her last day was this past Tuesday, and she's actually got a full-time job at the Audubon Zoo in New Orleans. I've been there 3 times. My sister went to school in Tulane when I visited her down there. Beautiful zoo. I'm really happy for her. She's watching this. She knows who she is.
Yeah.
And it's like, and eventually, you know, like, and like, that's why I got the job at the gym. But here's the thing, my managers at the gym and my coworkers at the gym are super cool too. And also, I've made some pretty cool new friends who I make karaoke videos with at the bowling alley down the street from my place. You know, they do karaoke nights on the weekends. I've filmed basically all the Derpy covers that I've filmed since I moved here have been at that sports bar at the bowling alley. And I'm going back there tomorrow night to sing some more with them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I am gonna...
Like, that's one of the reasons why when I played Life is Strange 2 specifically, I can relate to those characters in a way, because I'm gonna be honest. I thought these were gonna be no-brainers to the point where, like, I play them once, maybe I don't want to play them again. Kind of like with Walking Dead.
Right.
Like, I love the Walking Dead games. I don't know if I'll ever sit down and play the entire games again off camera. You know?
Right.
But with Life is Strange, oh my god. Like, the twist with Mr. Jefferson in the first game, like, I knew it was him, but at the same time, I did not want to think that.
Yeah, gotta love games with multiple endings, right?
Yeah. And I heard that Life is Strange 4 is not good. So I'm kind of scared. Because the last time I liked a not good game, I kind of got hated on.
Well, hey.
And that was Life is Strange 2.
You gotta play a game, make your own opinions on it. Like,
Yeah.
I was really into Call of Duty Black Ops 3 back then, even though everyone's like, Vitas, why are you playing that game? It's garbage.
Yeah. Well, when I was going to play Life is Strange 2, Mia said something on YouTube saying it wasn't very good. She finished playing Double Exposure and she didn't even like it herself. And I trust Mia's opinion. Angel Alex, shout out to her. You can put a link of her channel in the description if you can. Please.
Or you could send this video to her and be like, hey, we mentioned you around the... We mentioned you nearing the end of this video. Like, feel free to leave a comment.
I don't know. She's busy, you know. She just...
Yeah, no worries.
But I'm not going to send this directly to her. I'll probably send it to Gavius first, see what he thinks.
Yeah.
You know? But in a way, she said that Life is Strange 2 had a bad story. But when I was playing it, through December to, what was it, before Indiana Jones came out, way before that, when did I finish Life is Strange 2? Wasn't it March that I finished it?
I think so, yeah.
And when I finished Life is Strange 2, for one, I didn't get my character development for Daniel. That's why Daniel acted the way he did, because my file would not download the episode on my file, which really aggravated me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But I still love the story that they told with the game. It's just two brothers learning to get along because now they're fugitives for something that they didn't do. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't understand Hispanic people, and I didn't like them myself that much. But when I played Life is Strange 2, I feel their pain. Like, oh my god. Like, I always thought they were annoying, but they can learn our language.
Well, anyone can learn.
Proper... What?
Well, anyone can learn, like, languages. Like, you know, that's all part of, like, living in a country where it's like there's people, you know, we live in the United States. Guess what? We're a country with every, like, different, like, identity you can think of. That's it. Like, we're all gonna live together.
Yeah.
It's like Martin Luther King said, you know, like, don't judge for a color of skin, but by the content of their character. Like, I don't give a crap about your. I don't give a crap about your beliefs or your identities. Like, I only care how you act and how you present yourself to others.
Here's the thing. I worked downtown, right? At that Three Peppers.
Right.
And this guy named James, and I don't give a fudge if he sees this and, tell Stephanie. He can. But there's this Hispanic people that came in asking for more avocado, for avocado. And he's like, you got to pay extra. Okay. Like, he was pushing them to the limit to pay for it. I'm like, James, it's fine. And he's like, well, they need to stay in their own country. And I stand there like, really? Like, normally I would agree with him. But ever since I played Life is Strange 2, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a different light for them. And he's lucky enough I didn't tell the owners or the manager that ran that place.
Yeah,
because that's just not okay to say. Even my own aunt, and nothing against her, and I'm not going to let her watch this video for one. But she doesn't even like them as well. But she got to understand, like, they live in this country too. Let them not be treated like the way they were. Like, I felt so bad for Sean, his dad. Even that family from the jail.
Yep.
For how bad they were treated.
Right. Yeah, it's like with I encourage, honestly, I don't encourage, I beg everyone, like, we're always going to have our differences. It's important to see differences like identities, like religion, politics, race, gender, sexuality, age, abilities, whatever else you could think of. Yeah. It's important to see that, but what's more important is that you see individuals. We all gotta look at each other as, like, just because you and I, for example, Daly, are both, like, white, straight men, doesn't mean we have the exact same experiences in life. Because we grew up in totally different parts of the country, and, just like how, hey, just because I'm different from, like, this one of my coworkers at the zoo, like, we're different races, doesn't excuse me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we're, like, hey, we still have some shared experiences. Hey, we're both working in a zoo and pursuing the same goals. And that's the thing. Back to what I said earlier, like, I don't think that where I'm at right now, being here in Columbus and, like, my current positions at the zoo and at the gym, or my current living situation, it's not going to last forever. I know that. But I try not to, like, we're getting, I don't want this video going for too long. It's really long already. I got some editing to do daily. But I'm going to end it by saying this, like, I've touched base on this before, I'll say it again. I think, between the past, the present, and the future, it is important to learn from the past. Like, we need our memories. We need to learn from our mistakes. Look at all the really bad low points in your life, whether those low points were due to your own mistakes, your own bad choices, or stuff beyond your control, right?
Just like
you gotta remember those bad choices in your life, or those low points in your life, and learn from it. Like, it is important to learn from it, but what's more important is that you plan for the future, because we can't change the past, but you can change what you're getting. Tomorrow, it's like, you gotta plan for tomorrow and the next day and, like, the months after. It's like my layoff period from the zoo.
It's like what Doc Brown said from Back to the Future. The future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one. Yeah,
this future, like, my layoff period from the zoo, my 2-month layoff period, is going to be probably this July. I'm going to utilize that I'm, like, the reason why I've been working so much lately at the gym, taking extra shifts there, is so I can build up my savings again, right?
Yeah.
And so I can have, like, more money to sit on for those 2 months when I won't be at the zoo. And, like, I'll still work at the zoo. The gym. That's going to be my only source of income for 2 months, right? So with all that extra free time I'm going to utilize that time to just, like, read, write, draw, make as many videos as I can. I'm going to do, like, the first Tuesday I have after my layoff period that I'm not in the gym, neither at the zoo or the gym, I'm going to do a whole live stream, a Turtle Tuesday marathon, like a live stream marathon. I'm going to react to as many episodes as possible.
Oh boy!
So stay
Cannot
tuned
wait
for that. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, I know it's a ways ahead, but I'm excited for it.
Does your girlfriend know you're watching the show too?
Oh yeah, yeah. She even asked me like the other night.
Fan, or...
Sorry?
Was she a fan? Because if so, I already like her.
I don't think she is, but I've told her about The Last Ronin, and she was like, "Whoa, that's really dark."
It is a dark story. I mean, what else did you expect?
It's the Logan of Ninja Turtles.
Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman who made that book, by the way, the creators of the Turtles.
Yeah, but it's like, but here's the thing: it is important to plan for the future, but what's most important is that you prioritize the present.
Yeah.
Whether.
That's, like, one of the things I like about Life is Strange. Like, it shows how your actions also cause consequences. You know.
Yep.
And Sean and Daniel has grown as characters throughout Life is Strange 2. And even Max from the first Life is Strange.
Right.
Like, yes, I have a big, massive crush on her. She is a cute character.
No.
But how is she going to be in the fourth game? I'm going to have to find out for myself. I literally stayed away from spoilers. Like other people's playthroughs. Even Mia's, Angel Alex, which was so hard. Like, I normally watch her playthroughs of everything. But
Okay.
with Life is Strange, I told her, like, I can't get myself spoiled. Please understand that I want to watch these, but I can't because I'm going to play it for myself. And she said, on Discord, it's perfectly fine, Daily. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, Angel Alex. I hope I can talk to her over a voice chat at some point. She sounds really cool.
She is, and I've talked to her a couple of times on Discord, like not on like voice calls, but like text message. Like I recently asked her like advice about girls, but she wasn't comfortable with that, and I said, "Hey, I completely understand. It was never my case. It wasn't. I wasn't trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry." She's like, "No worries." You see, she was completely understandable, and I understand her.
No, yeah. It's a thing. People on this...
Actually, today marks the 2nd year anniversary that she was hacked. Remember?
I remember that story, yeah.
Oh, man, I was so mad for her.
Yeah.
And, you know, she said thank you, Daily, though, for your support on it. I appreciate you. And all that. So, like, in a way, like, I felt so bad for her, and I was so angry because she did not deserve that. But, you know, she's also going through a rough time. I think her and Rachel broke up.
Okay,
so,
well, we don't need to go into that in this.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I guess they did, because right now they're not living with each other.
Yeah,
That's just a theory. That's just a theory. I don't know for sure, guys. But...
Right, yeah, it's a whole, like... But anyways, whether I live in Columbus for the rest of my life, or if you live in Florida for the rest of your life, Daily, like... You just gotta, like, just enjoy the ride. That's all I gotta say. You gotta, like... You know what, like, life is gonna have its ups and downs. Those ups, whether they be due to your own good choices, those downs, whether it be due to your own bad choices, or stuff in between that's beyond your control. Just, you know...
One of the things I really hope for this year is just get the girl for once in my life. Get Kay.
Right, but I gotta say this, though, Daily. Remember, you're the prize, not her.
I know.
It is the thing. When you're single, it's so easy to get fixated on finding the right person, but not becoming the right person yourself.
Which I have before, like, right now, because I recently stopped talking to both of my ex because how much misery they put me through. And let me just say, I stopped talking to them for, like, 2 months.
Yeah.
I felt so much better.
Good riddance.
I was a better person. Then they started talking to me again a couple of days, and I'm just like, I had it. I blocked them. I wasn't dealing with it.
Nope.
I finally listened to my mom, and I love my mom. And big massive shout out to my mom too, because both of them. Because if it wasn't for both of them, for their love and support, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. if they hadn't taken me in and everything. You know? And, Lori, I know for a fact you'll be watching this. My biological mother.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure I probably will send this to her. I'm letting you know, Lori, I'm praying for you, but at the same time, let's just say, yeah, I'd rather not.
Alright, well, with all that being said, Daly, thank you so much for joining me in this skizzo rambling.
Thank you guys, thank you for having me, and I hope you guys will come and check out my Indiana Jones and the Great Circle playthrough.
Yeah, I'll leave both your channels in the description down below. And yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, well, huge thank you. Have a good night. Stay beastly.